Arsenal go top of the table after Man City and Liverpool draw, and it's been a shambolic week of predictions for Ethan and I. You're watching Foot in Mouth. Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. Ethan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. There were some big games this weekend.
There were some big games.
Do you want to talk about them?
I do, because look, we were wrong about a lot. We were wrong about a lot.
Predictions mean nothing. I'm going to say it again. Predictions mean absolutely
But
nothing.
it means something to me, for my ego. You know
No,
what I
the
mean?
only thing I care about is Fantasy Premier League.
And you are somehow still going strong, bro.
That's what I wanted. Let's talk about that.
Okay, look, yeah. In terms of news, we'll touch on more of that when we get into the next episode. But for now, Liverpool obviously, if FSG have a new man in charge there, he has returned to the club. Someone who has said no to Man United and Chelsea. The media are making a very big point of making it known that this man said no to United and Chelsea. Again, I think the minute you mention that he'd been to Liverpool already, it kind of loses so much weight because, he just went back to Liverpool. But yeah, there's a lot of hype around there. Ethan and I were saying before we started filming, we think we're getting to an era where fans are going to start debating which club has the best DOF. You know what I mean? Never mind coach and players
I think it's
anymore.
because now fans know how important these positions are.
That's true,
I
because we've
think
seen clubs.
a couple of years ago, nobody gave a shit who the director of
just buy the superstars.
Yeah, just
boy.
play whoever. But I think now, especially with like watching teams like United fall, clearly
Even Arsenal to an extent.
Clearly the backroom staff does matter. But I mean, hey, it didn't matter when Liverpool were able to draw with Man City this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
What a game, though. Game of the season?
I think just because of how much was on it, you would have to say yes.
I still think, remember the Chelsea City went 4-4 early.
No, I still think, I think Chelsea are absolutely going to be the top 3 game of the season.
They had exciting ass games this
Which
year.
is so funny because they're going to finish outside of the top 10.
Oh, well, yeah, it's looking that way.
But yeah, look, this game, it was good, it was exciting. A draw was the best outcome for any Arsenal fan.
Yes, and for any fan of the league in general, I think it's
I suppose, that's true, because we've seen City and Liverpool duking it out for the past how many years right now? But I think a lot of people are quite in favor of Arsenal taking the lead this season just for a change-up of things.
I think there's more people in favor of Liverpool just because of the Klopp story.
But you know what I will say? Everybody is forgetting that Arsenal have a story going on as well, yo. Why can't we have a story?
Smith Rowe's career.
No, it's the story of someone of a group of youngsters trying to put to bed a 20-year Premier League drought, bro. It's
the thing is,
when you consider the trajectory we've been on, when you consider that this is technically the final chapter of Arsenal's plan, of Arteta's plan since he came in. This is the season that everything was building to, really.
I guess, but also next season could be exactly the same thing. The thing with Klopp is finitely, this is his last season.
Yeah,
he's not going to stay for next year.
The fairy tale absolutely is going to take the highlights when it comes to like media and stuff. I'm just saying, like, if Arsenal win this, it's not going to just be a team won it. There's a massive story going on
obviously,
in Arsenal
but
this
I
season.
do think the Klopp one is bigger though.
Yeah, because everyone likes Klopp.
And I think the Klopp story is what motivated them to this draw on the weekend. Because coming into it, I really thought City was going to win. What did you predict?
No,
you
I predicted
Liverpool.
City win. You predicted Liverpool win.
No, I predicted City.
You predicted Liverpool.
No, I 100% did City, bro.
Oh, then we switched.
See, you did Liverpool.
We definitely didn't predict the draw, bro.
Yeah. But you predicted Liverpool. I just thought with Liverpool's injuries, no Salah, no Trent, Kanate didn't even play, Jota's still injured. I really thought City, with their quality that they had, I thought they'd win it.
It made sense. When you consider Man City went into the second half in the lead.
Yeah, it was 1-0.
It was 1-0, yeah. And then Liverpool get an early penalty in the second half.
Yeah.
It seems about a fair result. I have obviously heard that there were calls.
It is a fair result. If you're looking at it on the surface, Liverpool smashed them in the second half. I would argue Liverpool should have won.
In the second half, but Man City should have won in the first half, possibly, I guess.
No, Liverpool should have won the game. They had so many chances in the second half.
I guess I know that there was an almost penalty that Kyle Walker even gave props to the referee for not caving under the pressure, like to awarding it and stuff. How did you rate the ref? There was a lot of people were talking about the ref, just considering the weight of the occasion and stuff. Did you think this was one of those games that was affected in a negative way because of officiating?
Yes, that last play of the game when Doku big boots McAllister in the chest, that's a penalty all day.
You think so?
100% that's a penalty all day. Do you not think so? Do you not think a boot
No,
to the chest?
it's not so much. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't really have an opinion. I'm at this point now where I'm kind of like, this is either or, because who's officiating today? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, look, I
I think if that's outside the penalty box, I think it's a foul.
all day.
I think it's a foul for sure.
And it shouldn't just be outside the penalty box.
No.
I know it did happen inside, but even for like refs need to be a lot stricter for that. Even we can talk about the Arsenal game in a minute, but even for like diving, Havertz dove. He probably should have got another yellow card for the dive. I think refs do need to be a lot more strict with the rules. A big boot to the chest in the box, that's a penalty. A dive in the box, that's a yellow card. So it's a bit shitty, but yes, the ref. I know, like everyone says, Liverpool. I mean, we say the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
But this is one of multiple calls that have completely fucked Liverpool up. And I do think the season is going to be so close that this is going to be the difference makers.
Possibly. I mean, I think it's already been the difference maker for other areas of the table. But yeah, dude, I think... I know Liverpool can take a hell of a lot of positives from this, even though they didn't get the win, because they are still above Man City on the table.
And I mean, with the players that they played, they should not have won this game. City had like in the game when he gave away the penalty, Ederson did injure himself in the process. But before that, City had no major injuries going into that. I mean, KDB started, he gets an assist off the corner. Did you see that? What a player. And you see Pep immediately point to his, I'm assuming, set piece coach, because golly, what a play they did.
Yeah, dude, no, it's crazy. And obviously, this is the last time, I guess for a while at least, that we're going to see these two managers play against each other, these two teams play against each other. And everyone's been doing all the numbers on their epic rivalry since they both were in the Prem.
It's crossed fucking leagues, it's crossed countries.
Yeah, so it's 22 meetings, 22 games against each other. Klopp's got 8 wins, Pep's got 7 wins. But major trophies, Klopp's got 7 and Pep's got 14. Premier League titles, Klopp's got 1, Pep's got 5. And then you look at the net spend, Man City have spent £510 million and Liverpool has spent £346 million. So,
and where's the tab for illegal charges?
I think Pep probably wins there as well, bro.
Okay.
Pep just mops the floor with Klopp here. But no, it's gonna be interesting, bro. Obviously, there's no real talk yet of who's gonna take over from Klopp, but at least
I'm sure internally there is.
Yeah, at least this game was one of those signs where like he's absolutely leaving on his own terms, bro. That was absolutely a manager who knows how to fucking get a team to play football. You know what I mean?
And he's done it multiple times.
Bro.
I thought at the end of last season when they sold Henderson, Fabinho, there were a whole bunch of players that Firmino left. There were a whole bunch of players that left, and somehow the team is still just as good as ever.
I thought even without Champions League football, I thought that they were still just going to struggle in the league. I thought so too. Genuinely. But they've done really well.
Let's get into that penalty. That's a penalty all day, right?
Again, I lean more towards giving it as a penalty.
Yeah, Ederson comes sliding out. It's reckless. It is a bad pass by Ake. Ederson probably should do better. Maybe go in with your hands. Don't go in legs.
Well, look,
first.
I guess calmer. Ederson is out now.
Yeah, so, and the talk is he's out for a month.
4 weeks, 4 weeks.
How is this lined up where Liverpool and City both lose their number one goalkeeper in such a vital time?
Yep.
Like, this couldn't have worked out better for Arsenal. Like, to be honest.
I agree and disagree because I think... Who's their backup? Ortega's decent.
Steven Ortega. No, and even in this game, he made a couple big saves. He's a big dude. Yeah. His positioning was good, and he made a couple important saves.
I think he is decent. I think... What else? You look at if you look at the last 10 games for all 3 of the clubs going for the title right now, we absolutely have the worst run.
Yeah.
So even if it helps us right now, because look, by the time Ederson comes back from his injury, that is the next round of Premier League games.
There's an international break.
So it's not like he's missing but he is missing some games for Man City. I get that.
And at this point in the season, any game is a big game. Any points lost are big points.
But that's the thing. I would have felt more comfortable if Ederson was missing a run of games against like if it was Arsenal and Liverpool without Ederson. Then I would have been like, obviously dope.
But I mean, he might be out when Arsenal plays.
I hope so, bro. We're gonna need every advantage we can get. Because we were saying those last 10 games, we still have to go to the Etihad, we still have to go to Old Trafford, we still have to go to Spurs. We still have to go to Brighton's home. Like there's a lot
some big games.
of bad games for us. So any advantage we can get right now, I'll take. But yeah, Edison being out for Man City, it's
huge.
It's so huge. But again, it's such fortunate timing that they've got this international break as well, man.
I know.
Damn.
Look, Liverpool took advantage though, because in the second half they were all over City. Bro.
Yeah.
Luis Diaz absolutely cooked Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
And not just Kyle Walker, he cooked Rodri. We saw him take on 2-3 people at the same time, and he came away with the ball. If only the dude could finish. Because Gali, he had like 4 or 5 chances by himself alone.
Dude, bro. I love him.
I love him as well, but he's kind of exactly like Darwin. He's so good up until it's like the finish time, even though Darwin has found his form now.
Holy shit, yes.
But Luis Diaz is always taking the extra touch. He's always going the wrong way. He's always looking for something else. Just shoot the ball, dude.
Yeah.
Stop trying to overthink it.
Yeah, that's to keep it simple.
Keep it simple. I think we saw Liverpool.
Shame, look, we must remember that Darwin has been through a lot this season.
What?
With his parents.
Oh, you mean Luis Diaz?
Luis Diaz, sorry.
Yes, his parents did
Luis
get
Diaz
kidnapped.
has been through a lot.
He's been through a lot, yeah. Maybe we should just give him the season. But look, Liverpool's defense, even without Kanata,
Virgil?
they played that Kwanzaa.
Virgil player of the season?
Very good, dude. I think he's in with a shout for Liverpool especially. But I mean, look, I'm going to give some props to the young dude, Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
I mean, to start in a game this big, obviously they didn't even have Andy Robertson either. But yeah, they kept Haaland stone quiet the entire game. There was at one point where there was kind of like a one-on-one where Haaland's running at Van Dijk. And I don't know if it's on purpose, but he does push him onto his left foot and he misses the shot. But Haaland is left-footed, I think. So, I mean, that's not really...
you're kind of helping him.
You're kind of helping him. But yeah...
either way, I mean, they kept him at bay, bro.
Completely quiet.
They
and
kept him at bay.
See when KDB came off, he was very upset there.
I didn't actually see it.
No, he was pissed. Like, and it got to the point where Pep had to go sit with him on the bench and like talk to him and be like,
wow, got that bad.
That's the thing. And Pep doesn't usually managers are like, if you're mad, go chill off on the bench. You know, no, Pep literally went to go sit next to this dude. See, because I mean,
I'm not sure what stream I was watching.
I don't know either. You missed a lot.
I didn't see that.
But no, like I think KDB is so important. You do kind of have to keep him calm. You know what I mean? You can't have him complaining to teammates and shit about.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a good
He's
look.
so vital to this team, bro. And I mean, even
he got an assist.
I was gonna say, even still, he got an assist.
Maybe
in the
he was
game.
pissed off just because he's genuine. I wouldn't put it past him to feel like he may just be like, I could have won this.
I think so too. I don't think he should have come off either. He's such a big game player. You kind of
he thrives in it. Bro.
He expects to play the full 90. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, City had their chance. Doku literally hit the post like near the end of the game. He hit the post. It bounced back to Keller. So both teams did have their chances. I just with the way that Liverpool were able to come back in the second half, they probably should have won. They probably deserve to win.
Yeah, I would agree. I will agree. I'm glad that we are wrong about that though, because obviously if they won, they would have been
top
really
of the...
edging towards this title, bro. And I think what's at least good here is that their momentum's really stopped now. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think the way they were able to come back in the second half like that, I think that's the momentum. It's still going.
I just mean more in the sense of the points. I just mean that they didn't get 3 again.
But
do
again,
you know what I mean?
with the players they had and the players that City had, they shouldn't have won. They shouldn't have even got a draw in this game.
Fair enough. But yeah, the title is still very much open. 1 point separating each of the top 3. Like it's crazy. 10 games left.
I know it's actually crazy how fast the season's gone. But let's get into the top position. Arsenal were able to sneak a late win against Brentford. Thanks to Kai Havertz.
That club must hate Kai Havertz, because when we played Brentford earlier in the season, we beat them 1-0. Late goal, header from Kai Havertz. Goal came in the 80-odd minute.
Kai Havertz is finding his form.
He's absolutely finding his form.
I thought maybe he...
So is Ben White, by the way.
So is Ben White. I thought maybe he wasn't cut out for striker. But I mean, he's kind of
I thought he wasn't. Yeah. I've been sitting in this chair. I don't know how many times I've been saying, "Oh, he's not a striker." Yeah. You can't judge him based on how he plays as a striker.
Exactly. These past couple of games.
Figured it out.
What I mean, what's the stat? You said he scored in like the last 3 games or some shit like that.
I think it's 4 now.
4 games.
Yeah, because that was before this Brentford game.
And I saw there was a poll or something about like the worst signing of the season at the start of the season.
And he was top.
Havertz was top.
Yes,
and I think Højlund was like 3rd. And I think Mount was as well. Look, Mount's done nothing, but I mean, Højlund and Havertz have both overperformed extremely from what people thought they would.
This is another one of those. There was another post when Arsenal spent 50 mil on Ben White. Then they mocked Ben White because of the defenders that the other clubs bought. And they're like, "Who the hell's Ben White?" look at him now, bro.
Yeah, look, when did Arsenal sign Ben White?
3
How
years
many
ago, I
seasons?
want to say. But he was solid from the first season because from the end of that season, Arteta had won an FA Cup and those other defenders had won nothing. So it was like, okay, bro.
Fair enough.
So it's one of those. I love it when players do actually make like the critics eat their words. I mean, I doubted Havertz when we signed him. Do you know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I was overly optimistic from day one. I backed him because he plays for Arsenal, so I will back him. But I didn't think he'd be performing the way he is, bro. At some point, I much rather preferred seeing Fabio Vieira on the pitch because Vieira had some decent form before he got injured.
I agree with that.
I was like,
Vieira
yo,
looked very
yeah, I
promising.
was like, geez, never mind Havertz, bro.
Yeah.
Here's our guy. But now Havertz is one of the first names on the team sheet, in my opinion. But I think Jesus really has his work cut out for him to work his way back into that team, bro.
This new Arsenal, you can trust them a lot more to win these kind of games. Because again, last season, like 2 seasons ago, this would end in a draw. You know what I mean?
And you kicking yourself because obviously their goal came from a Ramsdale.
Yeah. Again, let's talk about Ramsdale. Does he make that mistake because he doesn't play enough?
I think so.
So that's just rusty.
I think that's absolutely just being completely out of touch with like game tempo and shit, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because the thing is, he's good enough to have the control of the ball too. You should be able to trust him with the ball at his feet. He's shown before that you can be trusted.
Exactly. I think last season he was a very good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know, like, obviously Arteta is friends with Raya and the coach is friends with him. But I honestly don't think Arsenal should have gone that deep with getting a new goalkeeper.
I agreed with you at the beginning of the season, but looking on it now, the amount that David Raya adds to us going forward, he adds more than Ramsdale does.
But I think Ramsdale could have developed that. Remember, Ramsdale's still very young.
Ramsdale was good. Remember, Ramsdale's biggest issue was inconsistency because he would be great for 20 games of a season or 25 games of a season, and he would have howlers.
But he's far too good to be a number 2 goalkeeper.
And that's why I think unfortunately he will get sold because he's young also.
I know he's young.
He's young also.
Who does he get sold to though?
Oh, depends on who offers the most. I'd like to see Arsenal just open a bidding war, bro.
What about Chelsea? Chelsea need a goalkeeper.
I wouldn't like to sell in the same league. If we do, I'd like to sell to someone who's not a top 4 contender. But obviously,
Chelsea's
where the money
not a
goes.
top 4
But I would be so gutted to see him leave. We've barely seen him all season, but I'm always
He's
happy
going
to
to
see him
leave.
on
He's
the
a
pitch.
number 1 goalkeeper. He's not going to sit second fiddle.
I just mean more like I'm gonna be gutted. You know what I mean? Because I think he absolutely could be Arsenal's number 1. But if you're asking me between
Let's
the
say
two,
Chelsea give 50 mil.
50.
Yeah.
Take it.
40?
No, because it's Chelsea 50 minimum 50.
Well, look, I think Chelsea should honestly look into
Actually,
it.
when you look at the current goalkeeper market,
Yeah.
50 is pretty low.
I know, but but I think he, to some extent, wants to leave.
He does. I don't think he'd go to Chelsea though. I think
don't think so?
I think this is a dude that doesn't go to an Arsenal rival. Genuine.
Well, then where do you go, bro? There's no other team looking for a goalkeeper in the Prem.
There may not be, but the thing is, someone will be looking for him. Someone will be looking for him.
Look, fair enough. He did make up for the mistake in this game when he made
He made like 2, bro. There were like 2
there was
massive
that one
saves.
off of the Tony
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
where
yeah.
he, like, literally this close
Tony
to...
was going for a goal of the season, bro.
No, and again, that's... Ramsdale is a good goalkeeper. At the end of the day, he's... I don't even think he expected to be in this position. You know what I mean? When Raya came in, because Arteta, he all said, I'm going to switch between the two. They are both going to be my number 1.
You saw Ramsdale and him rotating at the beginning, literally at the beginning of the season.
And they did like 2 games.
The one
and it
international break, there was a swap, another international break, swap over, never
And
swapped
then it
again,
stopped.
bro. Never swapped again.
But no, look, he to make that save, I think he knew as well he had to make up for the mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You like that's on you at that point. And
That honestly is his biggest problem is that he has those mistakes in him. And once he makes the one, it takes him a long time to get over it before he stops making those mistakes.
It didn't take him a long time in this game.
No, I mean, like the next game, if he played again, he'd make a mistake and then make up for it in the next game. And then in the next game, he'd make a mistake and he'd make up for it again. David Raya is not making mistakes.
But again,
those mistakes have
Raya
stopped.
hasn't had to do much in general.
100%, but the thing is,
Your
a lot of why he hasn't had to do much is because of how he thinks to distribute the ball. Sometimes Ramsdale doesn't go for that ball, or sometimes his pass is
your
just...
biggest praise on him right now is his distribution. Not only that,
he has made show-stopping saves throughout the season.
But your biggest praise is his distribution. That's the one thing you pointed out.
My biggest praise is his lack of errors. That's my biggest praise.
Okay.
My biggest praise is you can count on one hand how many mistakes he's made all season. But with Ramsdale, by the end of the season, you need 2 hands.
Yes, but again, though, we can't really judge him off of last season, and we can't really judge him off this season either because he hasn't had.
I'm
much
judging
time.
him off of the last 2 seasons. It wasn't just last season that he was in goal. But again, what I always give him leeway on is that he's fucking young. He's like 23, 24.
Every year he gets better.
He's super, and that's why in my mind, the most ideal scenario is Arsenal find some way to get him a loan to some top club where he can be first choice.
Get him alone in a corner.
Get-
Ramsdale, you're not going to play.
Just get him out on loan to some top club for 1 season.
Send him to Brentford. Switch it out. Let Raya come
Well,
here.
I wouldn't mind helping Brentford out in the championship, but that's the thing. He was not going to want it. Look, Brentford, they may be going down, but I don't
You
know.
expected them to go down.
I don't know, but yeah, look, I love Ramsdale. I'm not against. I'm much more open to David Raya. From the beginning of the season, I was Team Ramsdale.
I know. I was actually Team Raya.
I was absolutely Ramsdale all the way. I thought that what Arteta had done was super harsh.
I know.
And I've come to understand while it was harsh, I can't deny that it was absolutely the best thing for the team.
It's fully worked.
And you're seeing the way he celebrates with the defenders now. The team love him. The players love him. Ramsdale looks like he's holding nothing against the club.
No, he's not.
Absolutely behind the team. He's always full of smiles still. And yeah, look, he can still bounce back from big mistakes like that in the game. Because let's be honest, if we drew in that game,
yeah, then it's fucked.
And if Aaron Ramsdale was responsible, bro.
I know, his career's fucked.
Like Kai Havertz saved that man so much drama.
Yeah.
By getting that late goal. And look, let's get on to it. Obviously, the dive. The dive. I put in inverted commas just because I would say I would have understood if a second yellow was given.
Because it was a dive.
Because it's not so much I'm like, oh, it was a dive. I think this is one of those by the rules.
It's a dive.
It's because they had that Paul McDermott, that former referee that they get on the halftime show on Sky Sports or something. I'm not sure which one it was. They got him on the full-time show to discuss it, and he said he would never have given a yellow for that because there was enough contact to warrant the fall. That he said straight up. He said it is light, but there's enough contact for it to not warrant a yellow card.
No, so, look, this isn't going to be the hill I die on because, I mean, listen, remember a couple games ago when Jota took like 3 steps and then went down and still got a penalty.
Yeah.
So clearly diving isn't a thing that's
what I'm
really
saying.
punished.
If it was given, I would have gone, damn it. He didn't get away with it.
But it seems like in general, diving is one of those things where it's kind of just like, we feel like giving it today. We don't feel like giving it today. We've seen Sterling dive a couple times and
which
nothing
is
happens.
weird. It doesn't help the narrative of like, bro, are they rigging this title chase, bro? Like is the one ref just like, okay, listen, you gotta kind of give this, let Arsenal get away with this. In the other game, they're like, don't give this penalty.
I'll just hope that they're rigging it in favor of your team this week.
Oh my lord, bro.
Speaking of my team, though, they were.
What can I say? We barely spoke about the Arsenal. We just spoke about Ramsdale and Raya. That was the only place we took the this game. The ball was in play for like 49 minutes or something like that.
Golly.
Or 50 odd minutes. They absolutely wasted time as much as they could.
Yeah, again, a team coming against Arsenal in the form they're in, you have to do something like that. You can't just play them at their own game because it's not going to work.
100%. But what's ironic, it's teams that play like that, which is why we have all this added time rules now. And again, there were players that were obviously tonight while we're recording this. Arsenal's playing tonight Champions League against Porto.
Yes, yeah.
Could be the first time in I don't know how many years, honestly, off the top of my head right now, which I should know, that we make it to the next round of this competition. But it's going to be a huge game, and a lot of the players are saying that this game against Brentford was kind of good practice because Porto played like that against us in the first time. They kept the ball out of play as much as possible, and then they ended up scoring a late goal. So when you think about it, obviously we got away with a yellow card here, but at the Emirates, I think tonight is the night that Arsenal just destroy Porto, bro. I think that first leg when we lost 1-0 was a very, very small blip in the grand scheme of things. I think tonight we make amends. Don't change the lineup at all. And just go, okay, obviously put Raya back in goal.
No, don't change it.
And then just go thrash them, bro. You think Arsenal's getting past Porto? It's a 1-0 deficit.
Look, I think Arsenal will win 3-0.
3-0? Yeah. And all due respect to Porto as well. I think they are a really good team. And their last 5 games.
No respect.
In their last 5 games, they're undefeated. They beat Benfica 5-0. Di Maria's Benfica. 5-0, brother. So I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping on them. But yeah, in closing, Arsenal versus Brentford. Tough game. It was very, very tough to have to find that goal considering how much time wasting was going on. Ivan Toney was a thorn in the side, bro. And also, Shout out Gabriel, EAFC update. He is now rated higher than Saliba, which is, I've said Gabriel is the...
Round of applause,
is
EAFC.
is the most underrated
Gabriel.
centre-back in the league. And EAFC apparently are
Real-
changing that, bro.
Real, recognize real.
No, but again, solid games from our centre-backs, even though we did concede that goal was Ramsdale 8, unfortunately. But yeah, we move on to tonight, and I think we win, bro.
And then let's get on to my boys.
Penalties are the theme of the weekend, bro.
Golly, it was definitely the theme for Man
Penalties were the
United's
theme
weekend.
of the weekend. I don't know when last I've ever seen a game with 2 penalties won by the same player.
Well,
and-
yeah, I actually have a statue somewhere. He's the first ever United player to win 2 pens in one Premier League game. Nacho. So shout
First
out,
ever.
yeah. So shout out to Garnacho for making United
I
history.
don't know why I would have thought Ronaldo had done that before.
What are you trying to insinuate?
I'm trying to insinuate that Ronaldo's a trickster and people foul him. I'm just surprised that he never got fouled twice in the box in the same game while he was at United. That's what I'm saying.
Kind of sounds like insinuating he dives or something. But yeah, no, look, it wasn't pretty. United did win though. It was 2 penalties. Other than the 2 penalties, there was not
a
much
lot on
other
show,
threat.
bro. Not a lot on show.
Everton did take 23 shots.
Everton should have at least drawn this game, even with giving away 2 penalties, bro. There were some shots that made no sense, the amount of power behind them.
Yes. No, look, Everton's attack is garbage.
Wow.
I think their XG is decent, but I think they have the lowest goal scored. But even though their XG is like in the top 10,
It looks like they play like they have the lowest goals in general, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Because where is the care, dog?
no, it wasn't. Look, and as a United fan, I'm not too concerned with Everton taking 23 shots. Because, I mean, you could take a shot from the halfway line, that counts as a shot. I'm much more concerned with how much you got on target, and I think Everton only had 6 on target. So I'm not that concerned with conceded shots. United do concede shots as a whole. It's not just against Everton. We concede shots to everyone. I'm being left alone now. But yeah, I think United. I'm glad we won this game. It was always going to be a tough game. Everton could have done more than what they actually did. But a team like that was so just terrible attacking. I mean, Calvert-Lewin. What happened to this? What happened to this
Hang
dude?
your boots up, brother.
Holy shit!
I've backed this guy for years and years and years
Bro,
through the injuries.
A lot of people backed this.
I don't know if it's because of the injuries, because the thing is, before the injuries like really started, this dude was a force, bro.
I know he was.
And just I don't know. Maybe his interests are elsewhere. Maybe he's focusing too much on his fashion behind the scenes or something. Maybe it is just the injuries. But either way, Everton, whatever you can get for this dude,
Try and get something.
cash in, bro. Because he's not on. You can't be on low wages there.
No, he can't be. I'm sure he's one
He's
of the
their
top
main
ones.
man. You know what I mean? Or at least you're supposed to.
Everton are winless in 11 games.
That is relegation form, brother.
Yeah, I think as of now, with the trajectory of shit, I think Luton doesn't
Probably stay safe.
Yeah,
They stay
doesn't
up,
get relegated,
and the
and
Prem
maybe
gets another year.
Everton do get
The
relegated.
Prem get another season of Kenilworth Road,
Oh,
brother.
I can't wait. There's talks of United renovating. When are we going to see them renovate?
Whoa! With the
them
new
in-
money, bro.
Just put right in the same backyard's massive
Dude,
stadium.
if I were Luton, what I would do is honestly just be like, instead of reinvesting that money into like players, just be like, Owens, we're probably not going to be in the Prem for like forever,
Yeah.
but we can get the dopest stadium.
You know
in
what
the
they should do?
championship.
Those houses, make the houses around the stadium nice. Yeah, the stadium.
Just do up. What do they want to do with the Greater Manchester area? Manchester.
Yeah, that's exactly. They're trying to do up the whole. Do it with Kenilworth Road, bro.
It's probably going to be much cheaper than to do
Don't
it in
touch the
Manchester.
stands. Just make the houses outside of the stands fucking nice, dude.
Bruh.
All the rooms you have to walk through to get to the stadium, just make it the nicest fucking
No.
like hotels and shit built. I would love to see that. But Everton look terrible. I don't know what Sean Dyche has to do. I don't know what Everton as a whole have to do.
What do you make of Jordan Pickford? You still want to see him at United?
Yeah, I still would. Yeah, I mean, there's talks now of Braithwaite as well going to United. I think Everton have really good players. Onana, Decore, I think they have really fucking good
So
players.
it's down to the manager. You think total football is
No,
failing?
I think it's down to the forwards, bro. They just if they could like sign, like if we could put Ollie Watkins or Tony or someone in that team, they kill it. With the XG that they get and the goals they don't score, if they just had someone who guaranteed you this many goals,
They should never have sold Iwobi.
I know, and also maybe they should have bought fucking him when Fulham had Mitrovic. Imagine Everton bought Mitrovic.
Well, he must went to Saudi.
I know. The money was they were never gonna match it.
Never. But yeah, the thing is that they have to replace Calvert-Lewin.
Yes.
Since Calvert-Lewin's injuries, they never found a replacement for those goals.
Unfortunately, Beto, the former KFC employee, ain't a.
Do you know who they actually should have gone for? Honestly, they should have gone for any of Leicester's forwards.
Oh yeah,
any of them.
Yeah, Vardy's still out there.
Vardy, Iheanacho, who's the other one? There's another one there, bro. Daka. Daka, you could have gone for any of Leicester's forwards, bro.
That is true.
And I think that they do a job.
Look, United deserve to win this game that we didn't.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't play great. Our passing was terrible.
It was bizarrely back and forth. Like,
it
was such a bad game.
And the
but
reason it was back and forth was because United would do 2 passes and then on the third pass directly to an Everton player. And again, I'm sure Everton is closing up space. They're making these plays.
But no, that was
tactical.
sloppy.
Especially Casemiro, a player who's played for every big team, who's won Champions Leagues, who's won World Cups.
Who's got a very good passing record.
This dude could not
be honest.
pass to save his life. If you watch just a compilation of him just missing passes, it's like a 1-minute compilation, bro. And that's just him.
And there's one game.
And it's just one game. But yeah, look, Garnacho's hard work saved us.
Garnacho, I like, bro. I
like
this
him too.
kid,
I like
bro.
him too. And
it's only a matter of time before Madrid come a knocking.
I know. So you could.
How much do you take for Garnacho if anyone comes for him now? Right now. How much? In
now,
today's market, what do you think is a fair price to start?
80 to Arnie.
80 to Arnie.
80 to Arnie.
Fuck, what a time to be alive, eh?
Yeah, I know. Look, if he was English, I'd go Arnie. But I think because
English
he's not English, I got 80.
I think
like
what,
80 there's some way I might think about it.
I think it should be the inverse. Because he's South American, you should pay extra.
What does that
bro.
mean?
South Americans are the best footballers, though. Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, people, especially like if you're signing to like another Premier League team.
Yeah, that's true.
They need English players.
English tax, obviously. I know why you pay more when it's someone who's English. I'm just like, it's so weird that.
I know that it's such a known thing.
Yeah, because you look at the when last an English player won a Ballon d'Or.
Eric Dyer. People are just buying Eric Dyer and they're like, why do I have to fucking pay 50 mil for Eric Dyer?
Look, Bellingham is gonna set it straight.
Yeah.
He's gonna set it straight again on Bellingham. EAFC, they got him rated lower than Bukai.
Real recognized real. But look, Nacho hasn't been that great ever since Hoyland got injured. Yeah. So it's good to see him do so well in this game. And it was both on the right and the left. So it seems like no matter where we put this kid, he's willing to work and he's willing to actually, like, he's a genuine threat. Especially...
against teams like this.
I know, these are the teams you should. But it's like, especially when like Rashford and Bruno and them aren't really pulling their weight, it's good that we at least have someone who kind of is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if he is like 18, 19.
Yeah, look, I will say this. I think better defenders don't give away those penalties.
Yes.
Because they were bad tackles.
They were bad tackles.
But Garnacho's ability on the ball, regardless of like you may not give away a penalty, but you are cucking yourself.
Yes.
No matter who you are. In that game, Garnacho, whenever he was near that box, he was a problem.
No, look, the kid is tenacious. He's willing to go at you, and I think Rashi's the same. Rashi should be a better version of Garnacho because again, I bring up the physicality. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger.
I don't know, bro. He's not South American. You can't dribble like that unless you're from Argentina, bro. Because if I was Ten Hag, honestly, I would be encouraging the living shit out of Garnacho to just do that.
I think he is.
Do that.
I think he is.
He's going to be a bit of a Messi, bruh, because everyone's going to start getting scared to tackle him.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what he is kind of doing. And he's got that same, he's built small, he's got the low center of gravity.
Yeah.
You could see him turn into that type of player.
He's got an attitude as well.
He does have
but it's okay because he's maybe his best of both worlds. It's a Ronaldo fan with a Messi ability. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I don't like what you just said. I don't like what you just said. So let's move on to Palace drawing 1-1.
I just want to ask quickly on the United game. Wait, you got me on that Messi and the Ronaldo thing. Another goal for Rashford. Nah? It was a penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty. Yeah,
it was a penalty. But obviously he got the goal against City, gets the goal. Now, from what you see from Rashford, does a run of goals at least...
I've never believed that giving a dude a penalty sparks their like run of goals.
And that's why I wasn't just... I just mean more Derby goal and now penalty. And yes, it was just a penalty.
Derby goal was lucky as hell. Beautiful shot, but lucky as hell. Wow. And a penalty is a penalty. I don't think this does anything for Rashford mentally.
Never change, Ethan.
A team that is changing is Palace. They've drawn 1-1 with Luton at Palace's home. They've got their new manager in. There's not really any excuse anymore.
Look, we would have gone Palace win here.
Yes, that's for sure. I don't think any of us would have doubted that.
Mateta, you got on your FPL bench.
I don't want to talk about it. Well, actually, I do want to talk about it.
Look, Luton, in all fairness, very late goal. Equalizer. Yes, 96 minutes.
But Palace should have won this. Look at the stats. 21 shots. Possession was pretty 50-50. More passes, better pass accuracy.
What doesn't help is that they led from the 11th minute. So they led for like pretty much 90 minutes they were in charge.
But look, they at the end of the day, though, this is the type of game Palace need to be fucking winning.
These are you can't afford to lose these with your current form, with your current injuries, with your current this home draw against Luton was kind of kind for this weekend, bro.
No, it was,
and they dropped the ball.
And let's be fair, Luton just check that. I think Luton scored hella late.
That's the 96th minute.
Yeah, so it was literally at the end of the game. As soon as this happened, there was nothing Palace could do.
Yeah.
But so that again though, that's why they'll feel so fucking hard done. But yeah, this, I mean, great result.
Mateta, though, well done.
Well done. And well done to Luton. This is a great result for them. I mean, with Everton losing points now as well, the fact that they could get a point.
True. And look, I mean, tonight Luton also playing their second game of the week, which is against Bournemouth.
Which again, Bournemouth drew 2-2 with Sheffield. You could see Luton beating them.
Yeah, obviously, I always stand by how difficult a place Crystal Palace's home is to go to.
Yeah.
Luton are going to Bournemouth's home. If you got away with a 1-1 against Palace at Sellers Park, you could get a goal. You could get a point
if Sheffield got a 2-2 draw at Bournemouth's home, I'm
and
sure
it's Sheffield, bruv.
And then, into the last real big game of the week we're going to touch on is Chelsea beating Newcastle at Stamford Bridge.
Didn't see it coming.
I know, I love Chelsea, but look, neither team was amazing.
Mykhailo Mudryk.
Yes, well, he was pretty good.
Goal.
He was pretty good. He comes on and scores almost immediately. Conor Gallagher with the assist.
Very good goal. Conor Gallagher looks like an accidental assist. It looked like he
just took it.
It looked like you got scared of Mudryk running past him, bro. Like you got a script.
Hey, as long as it works out.
That's true.
But neither team looked that good, especially defensively. Like and I know both teams are missing.
Thiago Silva, bro.
I know, and I know both teams are missing their main goalkeeper. But I mean, still, like some of these shots were outrageous. You know what I mean? Murphy's shot. Isak scores.
Oh my!
Murphy also scored a really nice goal. But Isak scored.
Murphy comes through in the clutch, eh?
He kind of does.
Genuinely, I know they didn't get a draw and they didn't get a win, but I think this still kind of counts because 3-2. That's a very decent result.
He always scores like banger goals.
And he's been there for long also. I never thought he was going to stick out after the takeover, really.
But look, Chelsea deserved the win. They could have won by more. Sterling at one point had a chance to make an easy square pass to Palmer and it would have been goal, but instead he tried to take on two defenders and the goalkeeper at the same time.
Sterling.
Classic Sterling. Something's got to be done with Sterling. This isn't the first time this season he's done that. And I
think this is why this is his last season as a Chelsea regular, bro.
You think so?
I think so.
Especially with Mudryk coming up. Mudryk takes his place.
So. Mudryk, he's scored enough goals this season to be confident enough to take on the baton.
The only thing Chelsea can hope on is maybe like a Saudi team picks him up. You know, he's a big name.
Saudi team would. Saudi team should.
Saudi team should. He's a big name. He gets paid a lot of money.
Like PSG, bro. PSG would probably be all over.
PSG would. Because that's the thing. I do still think Sterling has some stuff to offer, but he's so selfish.
If he goes to Italy.
I know, fuck me. Dude, yeah, I would actually love to see it. He's just so fucking selfish. And at this point in his career, he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I hope Pochettino at least says something to him about it. At least give him a dressing down.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure because as a senior player, you should know better.
You should definitely know better. And I think he's like one of the highest paid players in that Chelsea team. And that's saying something with that Chelsea team. To be fair, though, Newcastle are missing like vital players. They still don't have Pope. Joe Linton is also out. So they are far from their base team. I think their midfield is fucking...
They should go for Ramsdale.
No, they should, but they just need to get Pope back. They can't.
I think
if Ramsdale goes there, he's still number 2 to Pope, just like he is at England.
Which is a shame.
Pope is really good.
I still rate Ramsdale higher than Pope. I can't lie.
No.
I can't lie. I've never seen Pope anywhere near the running for the Golden Glove winner, bro.
Look, from what I've seen of Pope, that dude is a world-class goalkeeper. But look, speaking of world-class, the young boy Kiki Palmer, dude, Chelsea's savior. He's the first player to score an assist in 5 different Premier League games this season.
This is the first general player. Goal and assist
goal
in
and
five
assist in
different
5
games.
different
Wow.
games. How fucking sick is that? I think Salah is close, but I don't think he's there yet. Obviously, KDB's been out for a lot of the season, but I mean, Palmer is a star. And remember, I said this at the start of the season. I said this kid is going to be a star.
I thought that Chelsea overpaid for him. I literally was one of the people saying how they got conned into
I
paying
think
that
a
much
lot
for
of
him.
people thought
absolutely worked out,
he's
bro.
their best player. Without a doubt, he's Chelsea's
He's
best player.
Far too good to be at that club.
Do you
because,
think why? Because they shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I thought you'd have some nuance there, Logan.
No. Just because they're bad. That's a dude that should be playing Champions League football.
Yeah.
How long does he accept no Champions League football?
Do you think Pep regrets selling him?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Man City are in a title chase. Chelsea are 11th.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not like Doku setting the world on fire.
I don't think Cole Palmer would have been the difference between City winning the league or not this season.
But I do think he would have been better than Doku.
No, I think this is Doku's first season. I think give Doku a season. I think we can say it's Palmer's first season at Chelsea, but he's a Premier League bred player. Do you know what I mean? Like Doku, obviously he's had his moments. We've seen the glimpses. We saw Mudryk is looking like a bit of a player now.
Yes.
He still doesn't look like he was worth what Chelsea spent on him. But the thing is, with some time, and again, I think it's much tougher to adapt at Man City because of how demanding Pep is.
Yes.
And we've seen he was a bit cutthroat with Doku. Doku been benched more often than not now. He's not starting all the time.
But again, his competition is Foden. Foden has been on fire.
Exactly. I mean,
like there's no chance.
Who's to say that if Cole Palmer was there, if Foden was the one that he's having to compete with? He's not touching
Foden,
the pitch.
He had to compete with Foden and Grealish last season, which is why he barely touched the pitch last season.
And that's also why I like that Palmer said when he joined Chelsea is because he felt he was ready for more first team football.
And
I also
agree.
like that he didn't give some stupid spiel of, it's always been my dream to play for Chelsea and blah. It definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
He's a player that wanted regular minutes. Chelsea is a top club. That's why he went there. Simple as.
And I mean, he's proved himself, right?
It's literally Chelsea were proven right to bank on him.
Yeah.
He was proven right to bank on himself. Man City, again, I only don't think that they're regretting it just because they are currently in the title race.
Yes,
I think if they were,
they would still be in that title race with Foden, with Palmer there.
Yeah, but they made a lot of money. And again, in
But
the
they
long
spent that
run,
money on Doku.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the long run, I think Doku just becomes a hell of a player.
You think so?
Regardless, I think he becomes a hell of a player.
Palmer's still like 19. He's going to become a hell of a player.
I just think that Man City aren't going to be left wanting. I think they're going to be left going, alright, cool. Yeah, it took a season, but he's solid now. We got big money.
Yeah.
But you consider the fact that that's pure profit. He was an academy boy.
Yeah.
So that's pure profit. It's not, we bought him for X amount, so we're making it. That's pure profit. It is unfortunate that they had to. Maybe I mean, look, it would have been like a douche move of them to not allow the transfer because there's no way he was starting regularly this season. And what he wanted was regular football, so they respected it.
No, but I think because obviously Pep couldn't foresee like Grealish being injured for most of the season.
I mean, I don't think, even De Bruyne. Do you know what I mean?
KDB, exactly. Because I don't even think Doku would get the starts that he's gotten without these players being injured.
I think in an ideal world, if Pep could have foreseen the injuries, he probably says, let me hang on to Palmer because he can like for like with either of these guys. Whereas Doku, if he has to come in, it's a very specific thing he can do.
Exactly.
So maybe there's a regret there in that sense. But I think it'd be hard to regret when you consider we made 50 mil, we respected the dudes. Because the thing is, that's now likely a relationship where he could maybe come back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because now there's no animosity. It's these dudes, they develop me, they let me go fly, and I'm back now. You know what I mean?
Speaking of letting go and flying, what happens to Eddie Howe?
I think
Thomas fired at the end of the season. Yeah.
Unless they end really positive, they got 10 more games to save his job. I think.
Yeah, but I think they're not going to get I don't see them getting much better.
No, that's
Pope's
true.
Still out for a while.
But that's why I say you got 10 games to save your job because I think in these 10 games you can show enough for the owners to at least be like, if you didn't have those injuries. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's hard because the players are gassed.
Yeah, they are.
The players are cooked, but as players come back from injury, you can see a little bit more of the big picture, in my opinion. And I'm just hoping.
I thought that, but it seems like every game they just concede more and more and more. I always think
it's so harsh to sack a dude when he's had like 60% of the team to work with. I think it's just, I understand it's a business.
It's not 60% though. It's just that the injuries, like the only major one was Pope. Pope is the only one who's been injured for like most of the season.
Okay, true, fair enough.
Bruno Gomes has been pretty much
Fair
fit.
enough. And the
Joe Linton is now out.
Tonali suspension.
Well, yeah, the Tonali thing.
Tonali suspension.
But Newcastle haven't had major injuries compared to, say, United, Liverpool. There's a lot of other teams.
I guess, maybe from the outside looking in, it's looked worse than it actually is.
It's just Pope. Pope is so vital to that team. He's such a good goalkeeper. I think losing him...
But when Pope was there, they were on a
they were like fourth.
run.
No, remember, they were like fourth before he went out.
Am I thinking about last season or something?
No, last season they finished fourth with Pope there.
I remember the stats. Maybe it was stats from when Pope...
No.
Maybe Pope's just been out for longer than I even bloody know.
Pope is the reason that they were in this top 5 battle to begin with.
I suppose.
You suppose.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he hasn't done enough to save his job. And that's why I say, in the 10 games, like, character goes a long way. You know what I mean? If you kind of show in these last 10 games, you are still that guy. Because obviously another transfer window is coming up. There's going to be sales. New players are going to come in. So far, he's had the right eye and he's had the right technique with training them, because Alexander Isak is a player. Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah. These are all players that this coach said, yeah, that's a dude that I want in this team. And they've worked. Yeah. So he's shown enough that he's worth backing. It's just, his biggest detriment, Thomas Tuchel's available.
That's a fair point.
I think it's mostly going to come, and that's why I said he's got 10 games to save it. Show passion, bro. Get the fans behind you. Do you know what I mean? In these 10 games, even if what you do is go on Twitter and you read fan comments and see what they want to do, and you do it every now and then, bro. Get the fans behind you. Get the players behind you. And show that you are still that same O that they took a chance on last season.
Tell it to Eddie Howe. Tell it to Eddie Howe.
That he's the same guy.
You are the same guy.
Because he's a hell of a manager. I've loved the underdog story. I just think, considering how long he's been at Newcastle now, I'm wondering now, I kind of feel like I have to drop that underdog tag from his title, because he's shown enough that he brings more to the table than an underdog. He's a good coach. He's not an underdog. He's someone that has gotten the better of better managers from time to time. He's somebody that can coach his way to a Champions League place. You know what I mean? So he's not an underdog anymore. I think, yeah, he's got to pull off something, bro, because Thomas Tuchel's available.
And on that note, that's the show. Look, we will talk about fantasy in the next episode. We also will get into the next week's predictions in the next episode. And we will
also just say Tottenham beating Spurs, Villa should never have happened. Ever at Villa Park. Oh my gosh, bro. Why couldn't Villa leave these performances for United and Arsenal this season, bro? Yes. But yeah, on that note, as Ethan was saying, FPL next season, news next season. Ethan's going to do some research. He's going to do research. And I'm going to do research. And it's going to be an informative show. Our news is always so base level, bro. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the show. Let us know what you guys think of the Champions League fixtures tonight. Arsenal for the win. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.